Alright, so here I am in Reaper, and here are all my tracks. I have 4 tracks for drums. Here overheads are in the folder, but then I have kick and the snare. Overheads are panned left and right, 50%. And this is basically what it sounds like. For now, everything is imbalanced. All the microphones, some of them are slightly louder, some of them are a bit quieter. So we're gonna work on that in the first place. But here's how it sounds like. So as you can hear, it's pretty boxy, pretty small sounding. So first thing that I'm gonna do is, because I want to bring all the levels to similar level, I'm gonna go through one of my favorite plugins, Ozone 9. And here there's an option for Master Assistant. I'm gonna run it with a default preset. Basically what I want to achieve is just maximize the output of everything. So it's gonna be slightly closer to 0 level, and then it's gonna be easier for me to just work with the faders and the mixer here if everything is kind of similar volume. I'm gonna use this Master Assistant. So, well, you choose the intensity that you want to use it with, and then you play the track. It's gonna basically listen to it. You might need to turn down your headphones if you were prepared for the previous version of that. I don't want to use equalizer for now. So you see, that was before, and that's after. Much louder, easier to work with, I'd say. It's much punchier as well now. So to not consume my CPU, I'm gonna straight away render that as a new stem. So I can delete this track and, you know, I can start as a fresh slate already leveled up. You see how big of a difference there is here in all these waveforms. So I'm gonna delete this one. Yes, thank you very much. And basically I'm just gonna go through everything in the same way. So I'm just gonna skip that process. Alright, so now we're done with this whole process. Well, if you have much stronger machine and if you're not recording in the meantime the video, probably you can do it without actually bouncing everything in place. But, well, that's helpful for me in this situation. As you can even see by the waveforms, everything is crazy loud. So probably I might need to turn everything down a little bit. Okay, let's go -10. Well, okay, I'm gonna start with the overheads, because here there's kind of everything, a little bit of a kick as well. So I'm gonna bring the kick and the snare down. I'm gonna set it to the level that I kind of want, and then we're gonna bring the kick. And now the snare. Definitely we could cut out some of that low end. We don't need that rumble down there. So we're gonna go with a high pass filter here. And let's just roll it to like 50 Hertz straight away. Can you hear how the low end is tightening up a little bit? Suddenly it's not as rumbly. It's slightly more on point, I'd say. This is without and in. So we're done with that. Now, this kick is very boxy. I don't really like the sound of it, but we were using this microphone called T-Bone. I forgot what the name was. I'm gonna write it on the screen now, but basically it was a very inexpensive microphone. It did the job when it comes to capturing the attack of it a little bit, but let's see what frequencies we have in here. Oh, how we can play around with this. Definitely, if we want to tighten up this low end as well here, we could use high pass. And let's roll it to about 50. Let's hear how different it sounds. Slightly subtle, but well. Remember, one of the rules for mixing is not listening to everything in solo, because nobody listens to music this way. But what I'm trying to do here is just kind of prepare these tracks for recording guitars. Well, now it sounds better. Huge booty bass enhancer. Okay, so I found this plugin called Huge Booty Bass Enhancer, which is just like a bass booster here in Reaper. And I just added a little bit of it for that extra oomph to the sound, and I think it sounds pretty decent. That's without it. that's with it. It slightly rounds this whole low end section here. Okay, so I'm pretty close to the kick for now, I think. Now I'm gonna move on to the snare. I'm just gonna try to make it slightly more punchy. As I said, this is not mixing yet. Mixing comes after recording all the parts. There's no point for me to pay attention to every single thing. Now I'm just trying to make it sound kind of comfortable to me when I'll be trying to track guitars. So let's go with the EQ. Then in the first place, I think we can do a high pass filter on the snare straight away. Here, let's see. I think I might use one of these as a low pass filter as well and just get that harsh top end coming from what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna insert another track that is gonna be just drum master, and I'm gonna throw everything in there so I can also use all the plugins on the master of that drum here. What I like to do is definitely put some reverb on this. I had to change the layout of the whole reverb because I couldn't find a few options here. That's really annoying. Oh, but that's actually makes everything much easier. So now what I wanted to do is I wanted to go to routing and I wanted to add additional track here first, folder that we're gonna call reverb room, because everything sounds very boxy, as you can hear for now. I wanted to take this drum master and I wanted to send it to the reverb room. We're gonna listen only to the reverb for now. I'm gonna put effects and I'm gonna use also free plugin Realm from Native Instruments, which is very nice. Oh, well, that's a bit loud, sorry. Obviously this is massive. I'm gonna go to big room. And now we're gonna blend it in with everything else. So listen, what's the difference? That's without it. So this is without anything. And now I have all the what we could do also, what we could try doing, let me just see if I could put a little bit of compression. Okay, so now I'm just gonna try to add a little bit more body to the drums through compressing this drum master. That's not what you're supposed to be doing probably, but well, let's try everything we can. So now I'm putting like terribly aggressive settings on the compressor, which basically means like very fast attack, extremely long release, ratio is going 14:1, which is wild, and then threshold very low, about like -40. So that's what this sounds like now. But at least we can hear what it's gonna be doing. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of longer attack. Release. And now what I want to do is I want to bring down the ratio till I can feel that the drums are getting heavier. And now I'm gonna blend in. Threshold is gonna allow me to see how much of that sound we want to compress. Maybe this compression is a bit too harsh. I'm gonna bring it slightly threshold. Basically, this is it. I just wanted to create some sort of a drum track that I would enjoy playing with. And definitely there's a lot of things to do here. I'm not saying that this is the best drum track ever. It will help me to play with this instead of using a click with my guitar, for example. But thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. And I'll see you very soon tracking guitars. All the best to you guys. See you soon.